New Black World Order TV Productions. Chopper. What's up, family? What's good? This is the morning after the Monument Avenue alt-right KKK rally and counter protest here in Richmond, Virginia. What's good, family? This is part 4, and King Shah would like to take y'all in a different direction of looking at these statues, right? I want to look at the history of removing statues and what precedes and what follows, right? The removing of statues. What does it symbolically mean, right? So, when we look at caricatures like Stalin, like Hitler, like Mussolini, Saddam Hussein, Muammar Gaddafi, Manuel Noriega, right? Many of these people, quite a few of them that I just mentioned had statues removed, right? They had statues in their countries of themselves, and they were removed by the people who saw injustice in their rulership, right? So the Negro wants to take down Confederate statues. Okay? The Iraqis, with the help of the United States government, wanted to remove statues of Saddam Hussein. The Germans, right, with the help of unilateral nations or a coalition of nations with the United States, went into Germany, right, took down the statue of Hitler, right? But we knew that there was a battle that preceded the taking down of the statues. I mean legal, physical, blood and guts battles, right? And it gave the people the leverage, the ability to remove statues without any repercussions, consequences, etc. And after the removal of the statues, there was a transferring of the needs of life, right? So the so-called American Negro watched as governments and regimes were toppled along with statues. But the so-called American Negro, right, does not see this in his scenario, right? There is no military invasion. There is no storming the beaches of Normandy, right? There is no battalions, right? Troops willing to sacrifice their lives and engaged in battle right now at the moment we speak for the so-called American Negro. But in these other cases, right, there were military unity, right, from more than one nation assisting, aiding in the helping of the liberation of those people. And there was a transference, right, of power. There was a transference of wealth and who would pull the strings in that country. They could have removed those statues yesterday, and the so-called Negro would have not had or would not have received a transference of wealth, a transference of power, a transference of control of a military. None of this is in the eye view for you when we discuss the removal of said Confederate statues. But there will be, as I said before, a transference of wealth. Now, another word that they use for laws, for codes, for statutes, It's statues, right? And if they remove the statues, the physical resemblance of dead men from Monument Avenue, there will still be codes, statutes, and laws in place in the state of Virginia. There still would be non-compliance of 1968 HUD Act Section 3. And that law wouldn't even be used to get you the contract, to get you the bid, to get a falling of a statue and the transference of some wealth. But yet the statutes, the codes, and the laws are on the books that are against you, and they are being enforced. And there are laws, statutes, and codes on the book that have been in your favor, and they have not met full compliance. But all you want is to see a statue fall down. You don't want to see transference of power, transference of wealth, and transference of who controls the military. These are things that if you study the toppling of statues, is what came along with it. I'll say it again, and I'll say it again. You have been hoodwinked. You have been bamboozled. You've been took. You've been ran amok. You have been driven literally insane by religions to make fool of yourselves. You're the butt of a bad joke.